Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you're doing good. This one isn't some massive content drop with flashy trailers or new businesses to grind, but it's still important, especially if you play GTA Online regularly and care about the overall health of the game. First thing to get out of the way is that this update is very much a cleanup-focused patch. Rockstar clearly aimed this at stability, fairness, and closing off loopholes that players have been abusing for a while. If you've spent any amount of time in public lobbies recently, you already know how frustrating things have been. God mode glitches were popping up again, making certain players literally untouchable, especially in PvP situations or free mode events. This update specifically targets those exploits, and early reports suggest that the most common God mode methods have been shut down. That alone is a huge win because nothing kills the mood faster than unloading an entire arsenal into someone who just stands there and shrugs it off. Another big focus here is money-related exploits. Rockstar went after several duplication glitches that were letting players clone vehicles and sell them repeatedly. These glitches have been cycling in and out of the game for years, and every time one gets patched, another workaround seems to show up. With this update, a handful of the most recent duplication methods tied to garages, businesses, and interaction menu tricks appear to be fixed. If you were noticing strange behavior with vehicles not saving properly or disappearing, that may also be tied to Rockstar tightening up how the game validates owned assets. Delivery missions also got some attention. There was a specific issue where certain drug business deliveries, especially weed-related sell missions, could bug out or be exploited in ways that either made them impossible to complete or allowed players to manipulate payouts. Rockstar addressed this by fixing mission logic and trigger points, so objectives should now register correctly, vehicles should spawn where they're supposed to, and completion conditions should actually work the first time instead of forcing a session hop. On the stability side of things, there are improvements across all platforms. Players on consoles and PC were reporting random crashes, infinite loading screens when entering properties, and long delays when switching sessions. This update includes backend fixes that reduce those occurrences. You might not notice anything dramatic right away, but smoother session transitions and fewer black screens are the kind of changes that quietly improve the experience over time. Rockstar also adjusted some networking issues that caused players to desync during missions or heists, which should help with enemies freezing in place or objectives failing for no clear reason. There are also fixes tied to general gameplay balance. Some weapons and vehicles were behaving inconsistently, either dealing incorrect damage or interacting strangely with NPCs and other players. Rockstar cleaned up several of those inconsistencies. In addition, there were minor fixes to contact missions and free mode events, where enemies wouldn't spawn correctly or progress would stall. These aren't flashy changes, but if you've ever had to restart a mission because the game just refused to cooperate, you know how valuable these fixes really are. User interface issues were touched up as well. Certain menu prompts, notifications, and alerts weren't displaying properly for some players, especially after long play sessions. This update resolved several of those bugs, making menus more responsive and reducing cases where the game stops responding to inputs entirely. Again, small stuff on the surface, but it adds up when you're playing for hours at a time. One thing worth mentioning is that Rockstar didn't add anything new cosmetically here. No new cars, no new weapons, no hidden outfits or secret unlocks tied directly to this patch. This update is all about tightening the screws and keeping things under control. It's the kind of update that benefits legitimate players way more than glitch abusers, even if it doesn't immediately change how you play day to day. Overall, this update feels like Rockstar reinforcing the foundation rather than building something new on top of it. It's about fairness, stability, and making sure the game doesn't spiral into chaos every time a new exploit spreads across the community. If you log in and everything just feels a bit smoother, a bit more stable, and a bit less broken, that's exactly what this patch was meant to do. It may not be the most exciting update on the surface, but it plays an important role in keeping GTA Online playable for everyone who just wants to enjoy the game without dealing with nonsense every session.